can take in triangle there are three different types. If all three angles and all three sides going to be equal, then it is known as equilateral triangle. Here all three sides are one unit, and if any two sides are equal and exactly two angles going to be equal, they are known as isosceles triangle. This is isosceles triangle, this is equilateral triangle, and this is isosceles triangle. And one more type, it is a scalene triangle. This triangle is a scalene triangle, that is all three sides going to be different. Scalene triangle. And even another three types can be made, that is, if any one angle is right angle, then this is known as right triangle. This one is right triangle. And another one angle, any one of the angle is obtuse angle, then this is known as obtuse angle triangle. Obtuse angled triangle. And if all three going to be acute angles, then this is known as acute angle triangle. Here this is 50, 60 and 70 degrees. This is acute angle triangle. Acute angle triangle. Now I going to tell how to find out area and perimeter of different triangles. Here, let's first take this one. That is, now I going to take normal triangle. In normal triangle, they have given the base and the perpendicular height. Here the base is 1 unit, even the perpendicular height is 1 unit. You need to find out what's the area of this triangle. Area of this triangle can be founded out as half times of base times of perpendicular height, that give rise to half times of this is the base, which is 1 units, times of this is the perpendicular height, that is also 1 unit. In numerator, 1 times of 1 times of 1, it is 1 by 2 half square units. Let's take one more triangle, and in this triangle they have given the base length as 2 units and the perpendicular height as 1 unit. Even in this triangle, you need to find out what's the area of the triangle. Yes, Roger David, hi. Area of the triangle. Area of the triangle here is half times of base times of perpendicular height. Here also it is half times of this is the base, which is 2 units, times of this is the perpendicular height, which is 1 unit. Now you can divide denominator and numerator. 2 1 times 2 1 times 1 times of 1 times of 1 is 1 square units. Let's take one more triangle. Here in this triangle they have given the base length as 5 units and the perpendicular height as 1 unit. Here also you need to find out what's the area of the triangle. Area of the triangle even here is half times of base times of perpendicular height, that give rise to half times of this is the base, which is 5 units, times of this is the perpendicular height, which is 1 unit. You cannot divide 2 and 5, so 5 times of 1, above it remains 5 and below 2, 5 by 2 square units. Let's take one more triangle, and in this triangle they have given like this, that is the base length as 7 units and the perpendicular height as 1 unit. Here also you need to find out what's the area. Area of the triangle, here also the same, half times of base times of perpendicular height. So it is half times of this is the base, which is 7 units, times of This is the perpendicular height, which is 1 unit. You cannot divide 2 and 7, so 7 times of 1, above remains 7, below 2, 7 by 2 square units. Let's take the last problem of this type. Here, if you take this triangle, they have given the base length as 10 units and the perpendicular height as 1 unit. Here also you need to find out what's the area of the triangle. Area of the triangle even here is half times of base times of perpendicular height, that is half times of this is the base, which is 10 units, times of the perpendicular height, which is 1 unit. Now you can divide 2 and 10, so you can divide as 2 1 times 2 5 times. You're going to get 5 times of 1 as 5 square units. Let's take what how to find out area and perimeter in equilateral triangle. If you take equilateral triangle, they give all sides going to be equal. First, let's find out what's the perimeter of equilateral triangle. The perimeter of equilateral triangle can be written as 3 times of side length. Here, the side length is 1 units, so A is 1. That is 3 times of 1, which becomes 3. 3 units is the perimeter. Let's find out what's the area. Area of equilateral triangle is root 3 by 4 times of a square. That means you can write it as root 3 by 4 times of, here the side length, which is 1 unit, so root 3 by 4 times of 1 square. 1 square is 1 times of 1, which becomes 1. So this is nothing but root 3 by 4 times of 1, that is root 3 by 4 square units. Let's take one more triangle. In this triangle, they have given all sides of this equilateral triangle as 2 units. When all sides are 2 units, find out what's the perimeter and what's the area. Perimeter is the boundary length. Area is the area which is going to swipe. Here, side length, which is 2 units. Now the perimeter of equilateral triangle going to become 3 times of side length, that is 3 times of side length A, so it is 3 times of this is the side length, which is 2 units. 3 times of 2 is 6 units, so 6 units is the perimeter of this equilateral triangle. Let's find out what's the area of the triangle. Area of this triangle can be written as root 3 by 4 times of a square. A is the side length, it is 2 units, so it becomes root 3 by 4 times of 2 square. Here 2 square you can write it as 2 times of 2, which is 4. So this is going to become root 3 by 4 times of 4. You can divide denominator and numerator. It becomes root 3 times of 1 is root 3 square units. Let's take one more triangle, and in this triangle they have given all sides as 5 units. When all sides are 5 units, you need to find out what's the perimeter and what's the area of this equilateral triangle. Here the side length is 5 units. When the side length is 5 unit, perimeter of equilateral triangle 3 times of side length. Here there are 3 sides, 1 2 3, so it is 3 times of that side length, that is 3 times of side length 5 units, 3 times of 5, which is 15. So 15 units is the perimeter of this equilateral triangle. Let's find out what's the area of this triangle. Area of equilateral triangle is root 3 by 4 times of a square. That give rise to root 3 by 4 times of the side length, which is 5 units, 5 square. 5 square can be written as 5 times of 5, which is 25. So this becomes root 3 by 4 times of 25. You cannot divide it, so it becomes 25 root 3 by 4 square units. That is the area of this equilateral triangle. Let's take one more equilateral triangle. In this time, they are giving out like this. All three sides are 7 units. When all three sides are 7 units, find out what's the perimeter. Perimeter of this equilateral triangle is 3 times of side length. Here, 3 times of side length means 3 times of this side length, which is 7 units. 3 times of 7 is 21. So 21 units is the perimeter of this triangle. Let's find out what's the area. Area of equilateral triangle is root 3 by 4 times of a square. That means root 3 by 4 times of, here the side length is 7 unit, it is 7 square. 7 square means 7 times of 7, which is 49, which becomes root 3 by 4 times of 49. You cannot divide 4 and 49, so multiply that. 49 root 3 by 4 square units. Now let's take the final triangle. In this final triangle, they have given all three sides as 10 units. You need to find out what's the perimeter and what's the area. Here, the side length they have given us 10 units. Perimeter of equilateral triangle is 3 times of side length, that is 3 times of, here the side length is 10 units. 3 times of 10 is 30 units. So 30 units is the perimeter of this equilateral triangle. Area of this equilateral triangle is root 3 by 4 times of a square, that is root 3 by 4 times of the side length 10 square. 10 square is 10 times of 10, which becomes 100. So this is root 3 by 4 times of 100, which is for 1 times, for 25 times, 25 root 3 square units. I continue more. Bye.